All right, moms, let's huddle up. Tammy Capri here, and we are back with another episode of the Boss Mom Huddle. What we do.
Girl, you's a boss mom. Baby girl, you so perfect. Girl, you's a boss mom. Making everything worth it. Girl, you's a boss mom. Stand on all of your business, and when it comes to investments, and baby girl, you the realest. Girl, you's a boss mom. Baby girl, you so perfect. Girl, you's a boss mom. Making everything worth it. Girl, you's a boss mom. Stand on all of your business, and when it comes to investments, and baby girl, you the realest.
Today, we have a very special guest, Miss D. Cooper of Truckin with D. Hey, D.
Hey, hi everybody. How you doing?
I am good. Thank you for joining me this Sunday.
Thanks for having me.
No problem, no problem. So, we're going to jump right into it. Why don't you tell our guests a little bit about you and what Truckin with D is all about?
Hey everybody, I'm Truckin with D. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I am a mom first, and then I am a wife. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a woman of God, and I'm just someone that has the heart to help.
Yeah.
Right. So I just want to inspire people to be whatever they want to be. Right. It just so happened that I'm in the trucking space, and that's my main focus.
Okay.
But I help entrepreneurs break down the fear, the doubt, and the failure of not taking that step to create.
Through your coaching and your motivating.
Through my coaching and my motivating, my speaking.
So how did you get into, well, first let's get a little bit more into what you actually do.
Okay.
So you build a business based off of your truck. So you have a trucking company.
Yes.
Currently, how many trucks do you have in your fleet?
So right now we run under our fleet about 78 vehicles. Yeah. So I don't own all those vehicles. I have owner operators that operate up under me.
Okay.
And we have different company contracts with 3PL companies doing expedited delivery work.
Okay, so you set that up and you do that through contracting, and you teach others how to do that as well.
Yes.
So what does your coaching program looks like if someone was interested in doing that? If one of our viewers say, hey, I want to contact her, I want to do that. What does your coaching looks like to help get that set up?
Great. So my coaching really helps people start where they are, right? Because a lot of people think when they want to get into the logistics space, they have to go out and buy a semi or a box truck or even a cargo van, right? But everybody doesn't have the finances or the means, or they're not sure if this is really what they want.
Okay.
So I encourage people to start where they are, right? So if you have a personal vehicle, I teach you how to get contracts and get work delivering in your own personal car. Then I teach you how to scale, how to get a cargo van, how to get a sprinter van, how to get a box truck, and most importantly, how to duplicate, how to hire people with their own equipment to work up under the contract for you.
So wait, when you say you can use your own personal car, now you're literally talking about them owning their car, their Hyundai, their Toyota, and they can sign up or become a contractor under a company to do their deliveries or be a courier service or...
Right. So I tell people all the time, why get the liability without the asset?
Yeah.
So if you're already making a car payment, you're already paying insurance on this car, make it work for you.
Right. It makes sense.
Right.
It only makes sense. How long have you been in this industry?
So February made 4 years for me. So just a little backstory. I actually was in real estate for over 20 years. Since I was 19, I was in the mortgage industry.
Okay.
Yeah. So when COVID came, I was a branch manager and I was doing origination. And that means I was commission only. So when COVID shut us down, no one can go in the house and do appraisals, and people were, stopping purchasing at that time. I had to make a move instantly, and I got into logistics.
Okay. Did someone encourage you to get into that, or what was your motivation?
Yeah, so I'm the type of person, I'm big on change, right? So I don't like to fix something that's not broken, right?
Right.
So I didn't want to change. So in 2018, my husband wanted to get into logistics. I wasn't for it. In 2020, God said, okay, I'm going to push you into it. So my husband was like, let's get back into logistics. And so I said, okay, well, we need to figure it out first. Let's find us a coach, someone to help us. I tell everybody, even if you have a coach, if your coach don't have a coach, get you a new coach. So I went and found me a coach to find, out how to get into trucking and how not to make mistakes and what to do. And we started in box trucks, actually, doing OTR, which is over-the-road freight delivery.
Okay.
So we had a wonderful coach that taught us that industry, and then we fell into the expedited space.
Okay, so it was a learning as you go type of thing. You built the love for that as you learned it. So when it fell into your lap, and you know what I find interesting about being an entrepreneur, and you came from real estate. I'm still in corporate America as well, but being an entrepreneur and wanting to grow a business, to start a business, it's interesting that you can fall in love with something and not even know about it until you learn about it. And once you apply your business or the knowledge you have about business, it was for you. It was that purpose was for you. So I always find that interesting. That's why when I'm talking to other moms or other females who want to jump into things, it's like where you start is not always where you're going to end up. You never know where your path is going to lead you, at all. So that's so decent. That is what's up.
Yeah, that's why I tell people and I teach people now, don't allow the fear of change, the doubt of failure, or the embarrassment of not make it stop you from starting something new. Because this now, real estate will always be my heart, right? And I'm never going to let that go. But this right now has allowed me the freedom and the legacy to be able to leave to my family. And that's what's so important. So I teach people that, you know, where you start is not where you're going to finish. You can start small and finish big, but it's all on you. If you have a hustle, no matter what you want to do, you can do it.
Right. Speaking of legacy, now we're going to get into the kids and you being a mama. How many children do you have?
I have 4.
4. What are the ages?
Ooh, girl, you know, you tell my age.
Hey, Boss Moms, make sure you tap in with us every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
So I have 4 girls. My oldest is 23.
Okay.
Then I have a 22. I have a 19, and I have a 3-year-old. Yeah, so that's my why, right?
Right.
And when you know what you have as a why, that motivates you to keep going.
Absolutely. So building a legacy is on your top priority list, especially for your whys, right? What are some of the things or some of the challenges that you face when starting your business, especially through COVID, through all the transitions that we had in the world, and still maintaining your household, still being mom, still being present in the house, and still having time for motherhood and for, you know, growing your business?
I think the most important thing is having that life balance, right?
Okay.
So it's hard because, of course, we're in mommy mode 24/7.
Yeah.
Someone gets sick, someone do that.
Oh, our world stopped.
But it's always the motivation to keep going because I notice I have the flexibility now if my child is sick or
Yeah.
if I do want to go to a graduation.
Yeah.
I don't have to ask for time off. I am the boss.
Right.
So I just learned how to balance. We have a family calendar. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen. And I just have to learn to be that way because at first, jumping into this cold turkey, I grew so fast. We got to remember, I started within COVID. In COVID, transportation was one of the businesses that everybody needed to do, right?
Yeah.
So we literally grew from 1 van on our first day to 7 at the end of the week. Before the project was over,
Wait, 7 at the end of the week. Now, I
end
knew
of the
you scaled up in the, what was it, a 10-month span?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew your scale was very quick. And
It was
congratulations
very
on that.
quick.
But
Thank
you're
you.
saying from 1 to 7 in a week? Woo, girl.
So let me tell you about that. My first opportunity in the expedited space was with FedEx.
Okay.
And so it was COVID time. Everybody was ordering from home. Everybody needed their stuff the next day, right?
I know I did.
Girl got us full. And so literally they was like, do you have a cargo van? Remember, I started with box trucks. I didn't know nothing about no cargo van.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I went to U-Haul and got a cargo van. Day one.
You rented
I
from
rented
U-Haul.
a cargo van from U-Haul to do this project.
Okay.
Then they said, do you have another one? Okay, yeah, tomorrow I have another one. By the end of the week, I had 7.
I love it.
Then we went to 35. Literally.
So wait, who's driving all of these vans from 1 to 7 to 35? Like, I know they're not Teslas in the
when
driving.
I say God is good, God is good. And that's why my coaching program is so important because now the mistakes that I made, my coaching clients don't have to make them.
Because you're able to teach
I'm
that
able
to
to teach them. Luckily, my daughter's boyfriend was one of my first drivers, and then he got all his friends from school, from college, because you remember school was out, right? So now I got all these college kids, and I'm like, hey, you got another friend, and they just started jumping in these vans. All they wanted was enough money to pay their video games and buy them some shoes. They didn't care.
Boss mom.
And we literally just started duplicating.
Yeah.
We literally started duplicating. And then it went from, okay, well, I know you're running 10 vans down here. Can you give me 10 vans in Ohio? Can you give me 10 vans in
wait, back up. Now we jumping states. Hold on. Now we jumping states. So you contract outside of Georgia?
Oh, yeah. I'm in 9 different states.
9 different states. Boss mom.
Yeah, I'm in 9 different
Boss
states.
mom.
And I teach my coaching clients, you can't be afraid to go where the work is.
Right.
If you're trying to make money in your front yard, you're not going to be successful. You're not
Right.
going to be rich. You're not
You
going
don't
to be
have to
wealthy.
live there to make that money.
No.
Either.
And my system is so proven because if they do my 12-week mentorship, they get my whole back office. So everything I do, I have it for them. All they
Okay.
have to do is change my company name, put their company name in the templates. They can take out what they don't like. They can add what they want to. Because, again, I tell my coaching clients, I'm still a student. I'm still out here learning.
Right.
But one thing I'm able to show is that you don't have to be doing something for 20 years to be successful.
Right. Absolutely.
Right?
Not.
I made my first 7 figures in 10 months, for one. And I was able to duplicate my process. I mean, year 4, I have gotten over $4 million in contracts. I have contracts with large companies.
Work.
And what you have to understand is if you have God first, right? You have the faith and the hustle, nothing's going to stop you.
Right. Right. Well, what do you feel? Why do you think women are so apprehensive into jumping into some? Not even with trucking, but just overall. There's so many women, so many mothers who want to step into this world, but they're so apprehensive. Why do you think that is?
Because at first we're nurturers, right? So the first thing we're thinking about is our family, our husbands, our kids. And we don't want to make a change that may put them in a position that they're not able to have, right?
That's that
so
fear.
I think it's just that fear, what I spoke about, right?
Yeah.
That was me too. I didn't want to change, right? I knew real estate since I was 19. Why do something different?
Right.
But change sometimes is better, right? So I'm going to tell anybody that's out there, I tell everybody, write down fear, doubt, and failure. If any of those 3 things are keeping you from doing something, that's the enemy. Because God don't operate in fear.
And God doesn't operate in fear. And I learned from one of the coaches that I had. We have to push through our fear because fear is always going to be there.
Right.
You can have as much faith in the world, and I operate faith over fear, but I will be scared and I will push that button.
Right.
Close my eyes. All right, let's go.
Let's
It's a
go.
big purchase. Let's go. Let's do it.
Because once you did it, you're going to do what you got to do to make it work, right?
Exactly. Now that's when, like the wheels are turning, or what we going to do. We got to move this merchandise. We got to sell this product. We got to do this marketing and stuff. Like whatever it is we're going to do it because we know what's on the line now.
Right.
And that's what pushes us to really keep going as well. But I think that's a mindset,
Yeah.
Everyone doesn't have that fight or flight mentality, and that's one thing that I try to promote. I mean, you got to try. You have to try. If you don't try a year from now, and I saw this on your page, you're gonna wish you started today. So yeah, I commend you. Now you did mention that your daughter and her boyfriend, those were your first drivers. So your daughter, is she into the business with you now? You laugh.
So, all my daughters, I have taught them from the beginning to be entrepreneurs.
Okay.
The first thing, everybody has had their own. Even my 3-year-old have a business. Miss Denim J, she has an online boutique.
Yes.
But I teach them to be whatever you want to be. So my oldest daughter, she's a master cosmetologist.
Okay.
My second daughter is an esthetician. My
Okay.
third daughter is a brand ambassador for several companies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Nice.
everybody has their own businesses. However, if mama need help, you jumping in the truck, right?
I know
so
that's right.
I love the fact that they will put their businesses on hold to help me. They also have started their own trucking company.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice,
so
nice.
instead of gifting you with cars and bags and things like that, we're gifting you with a vehicle.
We're gonna give
We're
you a
gonna put this
vehicle.
vehicle to work. And you're going to have people working for you. So, yes, my daughters do have their own trucking company,
Right.
but they do assist us if we need them.
Nice. And I love the fact that like you're passing down more than just, a business, more than just that knowledge. Like you're instilling in them, this is how we keep this generational wealth going, because they're going to teach their offsprings, and then further on, like this is how you build that generational wealth. So it's way beyond just, it has a lot to do with, the flexibility and the freedom and the financial freedom part of it. But if we're looking down the line, like we're doing this for our last name. We're doing this for our lineage.
And that is so important to me. I'm glad you said that because what we don't understand, and I think it's just sometimes, I'm just going to be transparent.
Yeah.
What we wasn't taught.
Right.
All parents initially before me, and I'm speaking for my generation and my family, I can't speak for no one else. They wanted you to redo what they did. Oh, I want you to go through and what I went through so you can understand where I go. No.
Yeah, the struggle.
The struggle.
Yeah,
I don't want my kids to struggle.
Right.
My ceiling will be their floor.
Right.
They will not repeat what I went through. They will not have the curses that I had to break.
Right.
I'm breaking generational curses, and I'm encouraging people to do the same. Our family should have our ceiling. They should be able to take that baton from where I left off and
Pass
keep
it
it
on
running.
and keep it moving. Right.
Keep it running. Why make them recreate and go back through the lessons that we already went through?
Right.
We broke it.
We broke it. And I think that's the way we were designed to be, you know, and it's up to us. And what I do appreciate now in this day and age, I see a lot more people being aware of that. You know, I don't see a lot of people putting their kids out at 18 to figure it out. We didn't know where we were going at 18. Like half of us as adults don't know where we're going now. So to really keep that family foundation, and as long as like you're teaching and you're continuing to push your kids and show them by example, that's the way we need to be, and that's what we need to continue. But those generational curses, I'm over it. I am so over it. The debt, you know, we're not teaching financial literacy. We're not. No, our kids, they're gonna know. They are going to know. Yeah. So tell me about, you're married, right?
Well, I am engaged. I speak it in existence, so I've been saying he's my husband from day one.
Yes.
When we met, he told me I was going to be his wife.
Yes.
So we are engaged, but we're not married yet.
Okay, okay. How is the support system with him? How does he feel? Or is he involved in your business?
Oh, man, that's my rock. I mean, we do everything together. He's been a CDL holder for over 10 years.
Okay.
But right now we have expanded our businesses and we have created a construction company.
Okay.
He's a scaffolding engineer by trade. So that's what he was doing prior to us getting into logistics. So he's focusing more on that side of the business. But yes, he does help me with the logistics part.
Nice.
But I took the torch and ran with it. He wanted to do this, and I was skeptical. I fell in love with trucking, and now this is my baby.
Listen, behind every great man, there is a greater woman. A greater woman.
A greater woman.
Beside every man.
Yes.
No, we ain't standing behind
nobody.
We stand beside. We're going to be leading.
Equal.
Exactly. So, how do you balance? Because you have the flexibility to, obviously, to do what you must for your children. But there are those days where, and I don't know if you have them because I still have them, we tend to get overwhelmed. We will pray about it, but we're still overwhelmed. Our schedules just get so busy where our children feel like we're not being present enough, or things may feel like, they're falling through the cracks. Like just recently, we had a parent-teacher conference it was virtual for my son's school, and there were some issues that they were bringing up, and in the back of my mind, that guilt started kicking in. It was like, do I need to pay a little bit more attention to this, or am I paying too much attention to this? And but if you stop this, then it ain't gonna grow to where it need to be. How do you handle, or how do you deal with, I guess that guilt or that fear, and how do you balance that?
I have it. I get overwhelmed. I quit trucking every other day. It's a love-hate relationship. I'm just being honest, but my biggest thing is my support system. My mom is my support system. My husband is my support system, and my older girls. Because my kids are grown, and I only have that 3-year-old. She's not really in real school yet. She does go to school. So I have that flexibility. But it's some days that I have to jump up and go out of town because a lot of my stuff is out of town. It's not local. Right? And I have that support system. And then I feel bad, like, God, man, I'm not spending enough time with Denim, or she's always with her big sisters because of my husband's travel and I travel. But then my mom reassures me, like, hey, we're in this together. It's a bigger picture. And in a minute, we're going to be able to spend time together. But right now, we're creating something. We're building something. So I tell people, you have to have that support system. But if you don't have that support system, because some people just don't, right? You have to create that support system. My coaching program, we're a support system for each other. We have a group chat. We try to motivate each other. We try to do things for each other. But if you just don't have it, you got to get in your word. Right.
So your coaching program, all the people you coach, they're able to interact with each other?
Yes. So we do have a Telegram community where we're all in there together. We motivate each other. We share opportunities. We celebrate each other wins. We help each other. And it's just, trying to build that community and that support system because, again, somebody out there may not have it.
Right. And it's just the reality of it, like everyone is not blessed blessed with that support system. But creating it, what I find in the people that we've meet over the years, if you are really in tune with that and meeting people and getting to know people, you can find some long-lasting friendships with just one encounter. You know, that's how I found some of my mentors.
Speak on it. And that's so true, Tammy, because I think we were talking previously before recording, networking, right? Some of my closest friends and now business partners I met at a networking event. You know, so it's just getting out there. If you don't have what you want, you go find it.
Right.
You go find it. So that's so important.
So, born and raised, Georgia?
No, girl, I'm a Miami girl, 305.
Miami.
No, so I'm born and raised in Miami. I moved to Georgia in 2013.
Okay.
Georgia is now home for me. I love it, but I'm still, 305.
Possibility for you to leave Georgia?
Oh, no, baby, I ain't going nowhere.
You here? Oh, okay.
I've been a city girl all my life. I lived in the city, and I wanted to just be relaxed.
Yeah.
So when I came to Atlanta, I did not want to move in Atlanta. So I live in the outer skirts of South, and I wanted land. I just wanted to be like a little country bumpkin.
Right.
So
we had that in common. Another thing we have in common is our daughters are both named Denham.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
How old is your Denham?
She's 8.
Yeah,
Our Denham is 8. So that was another thing we had in common.
How do you spell it? Do you spell it like the
jeans?
Me too.
Just like the jeans.
Yes.
So wait, it's a funny story. So whenever, because she had a video that went viral, crazy, about like almost 2.5 million views.
Wow.
And it was like escalating so fast. But I'm reading the comments now. I'm not used to all those viral moments, so I will still read the comments, and I'll see people commenting. Did her mama really name her a pair of jeans? I'm like, yes, I did, and I'm writing back. Yes, I did. And my fiance's like, you cannot comment to everything.
Yes,
everybody don't give.
We still mama. Don't come for our denims.
But I had to stop reading it because with the good comes with the bad, and I think that was a learning lesson for because the things that we're doing, people are going to see. Yeah. We're going to be great. Both you and I, we are going to be great. So I think that was just a little trial test run that God said, okay, let me put her through this to make sure
she's ready.
Tamika is settled. Like Tammy, you got to be present, but Tamika, like West Philly, put that to the side. Yes. So, but yeah, it was just funny. I spell it like the jeans. So yeah, that was something that we had in common.
And that's a good point that you bring up. Let's talk about that if you don't mind. The social media presence and our presence, right? Us being boss moms, us being out here in the communities, it's going to bring the spotlight to our families. It's going to bring the spotlights to our kids. And we're going to always be in mommy mode. We're going to always be in protection. So, I mean, that's human nature, what you did. Absolutely. I would have did the same thing. I just pray over God and be like, God, please just protect them. Because even with me and my social media following, I had one video I posted talking about women in trucking. Oh my God, I hit a nerve. I had so many guys come to try to bash the fact that I was a woman in trucking. You had some that did support, but it was a lot just of negative comments, and I'm like, why?
But where does that come from, though? Because I know it was a male-dominant industry for that. So when you say women in trucking, you have a trucking business where you are you're contracting, but for the male truckers, I feel like they are more of the CDL drivers that they're getting. So what is,
yes and no, though. No? And I think that's where it's getting tricky at, because a lot of women are drivers now, too.
Okay.
I'm a driver.
Okay.
I'm a driver. So a lot of men felt, because this is a male-dominated industry, let's be correct, it's a white male-dominated industry, right? And now it's becoming more African-American, Hispanics, different nationalities coming into this industry. So they have that, and now they have women coming into this industry. I have 2 female friends that just opened a CDL school. Shout out to them, But women are doing things that they don't expect us to do. And you have some men that's going to approach it and be like, look at our women. We doing it. Our black women, our women of color, our women of minorities are doing it. And then you have some men that's just has not accepted that women are equal.
Right.
So when I get those type of comments, baby, I block. I used to do like you, get to the fingers,
you gonna get these fingers,
but I blocked and I pray for them, because I know that it's an insecurity with them.
They're dealing with something that they can't even accept yet, or they haven't reached a level to where they expected to be, and here you come, and how dare you, step into my world. But I'm gonna hit you with my truck if you don't move over, because I'm coming
Baby.
in. How about that? How about that? So, but back to social media. How does your children feel about exposure? Because like you said, when it comes to you, it's gonna, trickle down to your kids. I know at some point in times, like I have to include, my fiance, and I have to include the children in the things that I do, because it's just the brand, my backstory, like the children has always been involved in my story, because everything I did, no matter what, I was still a mom, So including them, and I get those times, like my oldest son, he won't be caught dead on the camera now. He's like, Mom, I don't want to be on the camera. Why'd you post that? And he's an athlete. And I tell him the importance of, putting yourself out there as an athlete. So if I'm posting your highlights, if I'm boasting you up on mine, like it's only showing your skill, because he's very skilled. That boy can handle the ball. Right. But how do your children feel about that?
Well, I think my kids, I was a teen mom, so my 3 oldest kids, they grew up with me. Okay. Especially my 2 oldest. I mean, those was my right hand. Had one at 18, one at 19, so, and then, like I said, all my kids are self-employed, so they feed into social media, right? Okay. That's how they grow their businesses. My daughter, that's the brand ambassador, she has over 100,000 followers. Right. So they are used to the following. They're used to it. Now, where they don't like is when I go to doing the throwbacks, and their friends can see their videos, old pictures and stuff. Yeah. But my husband is not a social media person. Okay. So I'm a very personable person, and I love my followers to see my family and see my journey. So they may see pictures of my husband and my kids and things of that, my mom, because I bring my life to social media. But my family, they accept that, I have a social media platform and a presence, but I feed off my kids. I mean, I be like, shout me out. They like, girl, ain't nobody looking about no trucking off my page. I'm like, you got all those followers, shout me out, girl. But they love it, but they know, and they deal with it on their own page. It's going to come with good people, and it's going to come with bad people, Yeah. And so we just embrace it for what it is. And I always tell myself, there's something wrong with them, because if you take time out your day to stop and comment negative about. Sometimes I have people write a book. I'm like, baby, you did
a whole paragraph.
A whole paragraph.
I wonder how they feel when you could just delete and erase. Like, you took all that time. I'm just going to delete that comment.
So my team is instructed. We do have keywords where it automatically hides some of the comments.
I love that feature. Yeah. I love that feature.
But then I do have someone that manages my social media that we just hide it. Okay. And sometimes if I have time in my day and I'm laying down and I see it, I will like it and comment, God bless you. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for your feedback. Because everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Right, right.
Your opinion about me does not pay any one of my bills. Right. So I don't,
Yeah, it's just so unfortunate, because those people, like, you truly just do want to pray for them. Like, something that you're so unhappy about in your life that you have to comment about, something I'm trying to do that's positive. Like, I'm trying to uplift. I'm trying to show people, how to get it. And I'm still learning, but to bring negative to a positive light is just, it's so unfortunate. And like you just want to pray for those people. Right. You just want to pray for those people. But.
And I think people get so wrapped up in social media and followers and likes. Yeah. That does not determine
It don't convert to customers.
It don't
convert to customers.
Because I cannot call Georgia Power and say, I got so many followers. Can I pay with no followers?
Right.
Girl, no, you better send your payment in.
Wait, but now you can do now what you can do is when you get to a certain pinnacle, Georgia Power, how can I be an ambassador?
Hey,
how can we work? Y'all? Can we collaborate or something like that? So it does make when you build your brand and add and grow and show your value. Those are the type of leverages that we have that we can assert ourselves into other people's worlds. So social media is a gold mine.
It is.
It is a gold mine at your fingertips. And I know most people, they'll see you on social media and they'll think that you're just scrolling or you're watching. And some people do, and it's fine. But when I'm on social media, I'm learning. If I'm watching your video, and if I want to be a coach, I'm watching your video, and I may just be watching the video to the outside world. It looks like that, but I'm studying like, ooh, she talked about this, or this is how she, made this transition. So it's a learning platform. It's a gold mine platform. It's so needed. I wish I would have invested in social media.
Yes, it's what you make it.
Right.
And I tell people, be intentional with everything you do. Right? Yeah, I follow some of the, the gossip sites and stuff for the entertainment, but I'm very intentional with the people I follow because that's going to affect my mindset.
Right.
So if you're looking at foolishness all day and you're playing into drama all day, that's where your time going to come to. That's what you're going to attract.
Yep.
Right? So be intentional with what you do. Use social media, like you said, as a platform. People want to get into logistics and can't afford coaching. I created ebooks to help people out. I created products that's only $27 that people can start with to get somewhere. So be intentional with who you follow. Be intentional with what you do. Like you said, Tammy, follow different people, learn from people, adjust your model, right? Adjust, learn.
And don't be afraid to reach out to those people.
Girl, please. I be in people's DMs. I was in your DMs.
Yes, you was. Yes, you was.
I don't care. If I feel like it's going to affect somebody else and help myself and help somebody else, baby, I'm going to do it.
Right. You can't be afraid to reach out.
I don't have pride.
And being consistent with that. So I recently reached out to an influencer. I wanted her to come on the show, and I wanted to do some content with her. I love her brand, but you know how if you're not following someone, if they're not following you, they don't get the message right away. Girl, if you look at that message, I look like a stalker, okay? Then I went on to her email, and she replied to the email.
Wow.
So it doesn't say, and I got her email. You probably would think I'm a stalker if you figure out how I got it. But I had to go to, I was literally on Googling her because her email was not even on her social media, but I found it. So I emailed her, and then she replied back, and then she went to the DMs where she saw everything. So now we're communicating in the DMs. So just being consistent like that and just doing that digging and that research is like, you'll get what you want. And most people, the ones who made it or, are further along in their journey than you are, they're willing to help, and it's not always about the dollar. They may be paying it forward. We do a lot of paying it forward. My fiance and I, we do a lot of paying it forward because so many people has helped me. So many people has helped him in our journeys. So it's not always about that dollar too. So that's a big part of it. Like we feel, and that's why, we wanted to do the Boss Mom Huddle. The show, there are women out there and creating this community of resources. And girl, don't be surprised if some people start DMing you, hey, D, I saw you in the huddle.
Listen, I get them all the time. I get DMs and I tell my team, I can't read them all. I probably get 300 or 400 DMs a day. No exaggeration.
Yeah.
And but certain ones stick out to my team and they'll send it to me like, hey, D, check this out. They'll screenshot it and send it to me. And I try to respond back because like I tell people, I'm approachable.
Right.
I'm human. I'm no better than you.
Right.
Right. You got to go and get what you want. Right. Nothing's going to come to you. And the same thing when I'm teaching them how to find their contracts. I tell people, girl, you got to date these people. You got to keep, you remember that guy that you wanted?
You invested
and you were persistent. Do the same thing with these contracts.
You knew his favorite color was red. You knew he ate at
Baby,
Applebee's every Sunday.
I be sending gift cards. I be sending holiday stuff. I be stepping into the office and I just, hey, I don't want anything. I just want to drop this off. And I leave my logistics company in there. And I literally got one of my biggest opportunities just because I pestered the man so much. His exact words was, let me go ahead and give her a chance so she can mess up and I can tell her to stop calling.
But the thing is, you ain't mess up.
I ain't mess up. Now to this day, 3.5 years later, we're still doing work together.
Yes.
And he still calls me every time something comes up. Hey, D, you think you can help me? I surely can.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Don't be afraid. Every no is just going to prepare you for that yes.
You actually, and I was listening to something on YouTube the other day. I forget what it was. And it made so much sense where the guy, he was talking about getting no's. He said he's motivated by actually getting the no. He's searching for the no. Because when someone tells him yes, then he's like, man, I got to start over. I want to get 10 no's in a row. But it helped him build his craft to the point where he's not getting the no's. So now he's working to get the no's. So he got to keep working, but he's getting so many yeses. And
it builds your confidence. Yeah. In my line of work, and if, definitely if you come in my coaching program, you're going to see that now I have built a team that does a lot of cold call and customer procurement for me. Okay. But I still hit the phones, right? I love those gatekeepers. gatekeepers that feel like they're not going to let me get to the person I need to talk to. Baby, it's a challenge. So those no's motivate me because I know it's a yes out there. So I love that analogy that he just said, that I want all the no's because when I get the yes, I got to start over. And that's the thing. People get complacent
with the yes,
with the content with the yes, that they stop there.
Right.
No, I want all the smoke, baby. Bring it all to me.
Bring it on. And in your coaching program, well, first of all, how can someone go about signing up for your coaching program?
It's several different ways. So you can follow me on all social media platforms. It's Trucking with no G. So Trucking with DEE. They can go to my website, which is www.truckingwithd.com. They can call us at 786-417-3095, or they can email us at info@truckingwithd.com.
Awesome. Now, when they sign up for coaching, what can they expect the first 7 days? What can they expect?
Hey, the first thing. So we have several different coaching programs. So let's touch on that first, because everybody cannot jump right in and invest into my 12-week one-on-one coaching. It's one-on-one in a group setting, so it's not a one-on-one thing, but it's a group of people and we coach them 12 weeks consecutively. We meet weekly, right? Some people can't start off in that investment.
Right.
So we have an on-demand course that they can get where they can, listen to me teach them through live videos, recorded videos. And then we have the ebooks where they can do self-taught type things. But if you do jump into our 12-week mentorship, the first 7 days, baby, we ain't doing nothing but tackling your mindset. That's where I started. Because if this mind ain't right, baby, you're not going to be able to do anything. And I teach people what don't matter, don't mind. And what don't mind, don't matter. So if you do not get this right first, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. So the first 7 days, I'm coming in and I'm pulling back those layers. We're talking about the hard things. We're having those hard conversations.
It's a whole therapy session first 7 days. I know that's right. I know that is right.
But I tell people, if you're not a hustler and this is not what you want, don't waste your money.
Right.
Because I'm going to push you. I'm going to push you and I'm going to push you. But I tell them, we do mindset and we determine our whys.
Okay.
Right? Because those are the two things. Because my why, even when I want to quit, I think about them. And it gives me that last breath to cross that finish line.
All right, let's go ahead and do it.
Right. So when we identify those two things, you can go through the rest of the course because you already know what to expect.
Right.
You're going to quit one day. You're going to feel like it's too much. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be excited.
Right.
We go through all the emotions. I tell them everything they're going to feel. We're going to cry. We're going to laugh. We're going to be happy. But we got to keep pushing.
Right. That's the beautiful part of the journey, though, don't you think? Like, when it's scary when you're not in it, but when you're in it, it's like entrepreneurs, like, they are really insane. It's like, because it's so many crazy. Exactly. It's so many ups and downs, so many mixed emotions, day in, day out. It's like, okay, how am I gonna make this money to do this? All right, what can I do to bring more attention to this? What can I do to give back? Because all of that plays a part in building who you are. And it's a challenge, and it's a part of the journey that, having the right coach will definitely show or help you understand the appreciation behind the journey.
Right. Right. And I tell people, I say it all the time. I think I said it earlier. I am a student. I have 5 coaches. I have a coach for everything that I want to do in my life, spiritually, financially, taking my businesses to the next level.
And how often do you tap in with your coaches?
Depending on the coach, my spiritual coach, I talk to every day.
Okay.
Depending on my coaches, but most of them are weekly sessions.
Okay.
And then we do masterminds, we do shut-ins, we do it all. So I have to keep myself grounded. And everything I learn, I bring it right back to my coaching clients.
That's right. I know that's right. See, this is the coach to have. The coach that don't have a coach. What you say? A coach that don't have a coach?
Get you a new coach.
Get you a new coach. Get you 2 new coaches.
Yes. So I tell people all the time, and my slogan, you'll hear it if you following me, trucking is not dead. You just have the wrong coach. And I mean that humbly. I'm not saying that I am the one. I'm just saying that it is a coach out there that can take you where you need to be. Right? You have to align yourself with people that's doing what you want to do. I tell people before you invest in my program, first of all, pray about it. If God don't lead you to me, I don't want you. Because it's not going to work. We're not going to be equally yoked, and it's not going to happen.
Right.
The second thing, I want somebody to find someone that I want to be doing what you want to do. So if you want to be a fleet owner and you want to have multiple contracts and you want to do that, then I'm your person. Right? Get somebody that's doing what you want to do. Now that I want to take my coaching program to the next level and I wanted to take my speaking engagements to the next level, I had to go get a coach that's doing what I wanted to do. Right? So I started stalking more people's pages, right? I started getting in their DMs.
We love to stalk.
Right? I started trying to see who is my next prey.
Right.
Okay, she or he is doing what I want to do. They have the audience. They're making the revenue. They have the family dynamic that I'm trying to create for my family. Now it's time to duplicate and reciprocate what they're doing. So now I'm going to go pay that money to learn what they're doing. People, stop being afraid to invest in yourself. I have learned, let me tell you something. And the Holy Spirit had already told me that my coaching program was going to be a ministry, that I was going to be helping people go to the next level, right? So I decided one day that I was going to coach people for free, right? Well, I didn't decide. The Holy Spirit told me to do it.
The Holy Spirit be telling us some things, and we be looking at a side eye sometimes. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be humble. I'm going to be obedient.
I'm going to be obedient because what? Obedience is better than what? Sacrifice.
Sacrifice, yeah.
So if you don't believe me, go back to my page and scroll down. You will see it. I put a post up. I'm going to coach 100 people. It ended up going to over 250 people that registered. And the Holy Spirit told me, don't worry about the money. You do what I tell you to do, and everything else is going to come. So I did this 30-day free coaching thing. But what I learned within that journey is sometimes when you give out free, people don't take it serious.
Yeah.
Because I gave this opportunity out to all these people, and half of them didn't show up. Every week, we lost more and more people. But I'm going to tell you, the people, I kept going, right? Because I'm being obedient to God.
Right.
If y'all don't show up, I don't care. I did what he told me to do.
Right.
So by the end of this journey, I think we probably ended with probably 50 people. And I said, well, Lord, I did what you told me to do. Some people end up, transitioning to my full 12-week mentorship program, and some of them didn't. But I had one person out of that journey that did what I told them to do in that 4-week span off of free coaching, and she able to land her a contract where she needed 30 and 40 drivers.
Look at that.
Right?
And then all it takes is helping that one person.
I got my satisfaction.
You know how much motivation that is? If you set out to do something and it changed one life, that's it.
That's it.
That is it. Because he's creating more soldiers to do what you're doing, that you don't have to do it all. That intervention is going to change their life. They're going to change someone else, and that's what it's all about. Yeah. That gets me excited. I'm sorry. That gets me excited.
It got me excited.
Like just that one person
okay,
see that
God,
growth.
duplication.
Yes.
Duplication.
Yes.
So, I stopped worrying about what is going to be the outcome for me. I started worrying about, I'm doing the work of God. I'm helping people break generational curses. I'm helping people take that leap of faith. I'm teaching people to trust their faith, right? The rest is history. So now I'm starting to get more testimonies from people that was able to do the free mentorship. And my mentees that's paying, baby, they out here doing their thing. And then I have some that's not doing anything, right? That's not my fault.
Right.
Because if I got people that's in the same class as you being successful, that means I did my job.
You did your job.
Everybody, and I tell people.
They're not applying to how they should have applied it.
And another thing I tell my coaching clients, don't want to be trucking with D. I want y'all to be better than me.
Right.
I want y'all to go further than me. Some of my coaching clients, they push me and they motivate me. I be like, man, she out here doing it. Let me go back to the drawing board.
Let me get off my behind.
Let me get off my butt. I'm getting too comfortable, So listen, you guys, if you're listening to me and Tammy, one thing we teaching you and telling you that, one, being a mother, you can still live your dreams, right? Being a mother, you can still create that business that you want to be, right? Being a woman of God and keeping your faith, nothing is impossible.
Absolutely.
And I love your story.
Absolutely.
Like talking to you before we got behind scenes. No, listen, you guys, y'all need to really tap into what she's doing. This is beyond Tammy.
Oh, thank you.
When I heard the mission and the story behind the Boss Mom Huddle, baby, I said anything that I can do, and I mean this.
Yes.
I want to do it.
Yes.
I want to help because you have a plan for some moms that's going to help people.
Yes.
I remember you telling me the story of you and your fiance going to help women and mothers and paying for their groceries. And
that was just a spare of the moment. Like, babe, I was talking like, babe, we gotta we got to go and let's do a giveaway. We were just going to do like a small giveaway. And it's like, no, we're just going to walk up on people randomly and just, pay for their groceries. Give a extra large tip at a restaurant. Just tell them what. And it turned out to be so refreshing, and it was like, okay, this is what we're supposed to do. And like I was telling you, like the very last, we had to do it by the end of the year. That was the message that I got. Do it by the end of the year, not from any. This is a message from God. This is intuition when I say message that I got. And it was pouring down raining, and he'll tell you the story too. Pouring down raining, the weather wasn't good, or something was going on that day where I didn't feel like going out. And it was close to the end of the year, and he's like, no, we still gonna go out. We still gonna find his last mom. We were on our last mom because our goal was to set out to find 5 moms to, bless. And the moms that we encountered doing that, we met one lady, Miss Twinkle. She was telling us her story in Walmart and where she was at. She's a caterer, and hearing her story, it was like it was meant for us to meet. And we're still connected to this day. And working with her, we got some things planned and prepared for the 2024 year. So it was meant for us to meet, Right. So when you feel something, and I don't know if you follow Judy, BB Judy, Kaleidoscope.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I don't know if I follow
so
her.
she had mentioned something. I follow her. She had mentioned something about letting God lead you. And I heard that the beginning of this year, and that was the only part of the video that I remember. She said, 2024, just let God lead you. And that was the confirmation for me. When I heard that, I'm like, yo, stop thinking so hard. I think and I analyze, I over, what is the word? I over critique myself a lot. I think about the moves that I need to make. I worry to perfection to where I will talk myself out of doing something. But shout out to my support system, because especially my fiance, he'll remind me, no, babe, we got to do this. Yeah. We got to get this going. Shout out to Sue. She's on it like, hey, Tammy, don't forget to do that. Like,
Girl,
they
Sue
keep
is one of a kind.
Sue is one of a kind. Sue, shout out to Sue. But just letting God lead me for this year. That was his message. Like, Tammy, stop overthinking it and just do it. And I told my team, whatever I want to do this year, I'm going to run with it. Now, I saw on some of their faces, they was like, oh, Lord, what she going to have us doing this year?
Tammy going to have us out here.
But, it's let God lead you. Like, I don't worry about, and I'm not rich. I'm not sitting on millions of fortunes, but I don't worry about the money behind doing something. Because if we don't have the money, I'm going to find that way. I'm going to go and network with somebody, talk to somebody, see who want to invest in something, see who want to collab with something. It's like the ideas are going to come. It's just let God lead you in that business and jump right in it.
Yeah, because you said it. If God leading you, he's going to make the provision. He just wants you to take the step, right? So faith without action is null and void. I tell people all the time, if you want to get blessed, the fastest way to get blessed is blessing somebody else.
Blessing somebody else, yep.
I do this analogy every time. Hold your hand out, right? What can you get with your hand closed?
Nothing.
Open your hand. You can get everything with your hand open. So the more you give, the more you can receive.
More you can receive.
You can't receive nothing with your hand balled up. So what you're doing is only opening up doors for you faster and faster. So keep blessing people.
Yes.
Don't worry about how it's going to get done. God going to put you in a place with somebody else that's going to match what you're trying to do or give you the resources, right? So keep doing it. I tell myself, oh my God, I need something. Okay, let me go bless somebody. Let me go bless somebody. Because as soon as I bless somebody, God coming right back around that door. And then start celebrating other people wins.
Other people wins, yes.
Because that means God right around the corner. So if he just blessed her, oh, that means God in the neighborhood, baby. Let me jump up and down with
knock
you.
On your door.
But people get so intimidated. Listen, God don't work in time, and nothing is too big for him.
Right.
It's enough out here for us all. Why do we have to be so competitive?
Right.
Oh, she doing what I'm doing. When I see other people teaching what I teach, I reach out to them. Now it's up to them if they want to take it or not. Hey, is it anything I can do to help you? Is it something you can do to help me? Is it something we can do together?
Right.
I don't care if they have more followers or less followers. It's up to them, because if they don't want to take this help, that means they're intimidated. That means there's something wrong with inside of them.
Right.
Even if what I'm offering may not be what they believe in. Listen. You never know. You're going to learn something. If you go to bed at night and you didn't learn something, you wasted a whole day. Every day you have to strive to learn something new.
Right. You are absolutely right, yo.
We'll be on here preaching all
we
day.
sure would.
These people be
But
like,
we
listen.
do. So we have a couple segments that we do on the Boss Mom Huddle. I want to do one with you. So this segment is called Then and Now, right?
Oh God.
And in 30 seconds, I want you to think back to 20-year-old D. Think back to 20-year-old D and who you are now. And you got 30 seconds to give her all the advice in the world. Talk to that 20-year-old D.
You gonna make me emotional.
Oh no.
But go ahead, let's do it.
No. Okay, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go.
Believe in yourself. Know that nothing is impossible. Know that everything that happened was God's plan. It was okay that you was a teenage mom, but that was the motivation, because if God didn't bless you to be a teenage mom, you wouldn't be who you would be today. Believe in yourself. Keep the faith. Know that anything that you want to do, you can do it. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, and never lose who you are. Love yourself.
Girl.
And I'm glad you asked me to do that, because I have to remind myself all the time that I went through a lot. I've been through a lot, but it's made me who I am.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, never judge and never say what you will and will not do until you're in that situation. Thank you. Because I've been through the abuse. I've been through I've been through not being able to feed my kids. I've been through losing it all.
And you're here.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you are
here.
here.
And I tell people one thing about it and two things for sure. God will make you repeat that lesson until you learn from it. And if you don't learn, you're going to keep going through it. And I had to ask myself, God, why you keep doing this to me? You got to remember, I got in the mortgage industry at 19. I come from a family that my mom was successful, my dad was successful. You know, I thought I had to go to college. How am I going to tell my mom I'm pregnant? And I thought I was going to hide it from her. I didn't want to go to college because school wasn't for me, but I knew I had to graduate or my parents was going to kill me.
Yeah.
So I graduated high school and I have a baby in my stomach. And I didn't want to disappoint my parents.
Yeah.
And my mom says, I just wanted to be able to send you to college. If you don't want to go, baby, that's your choice, but you have to have something for you. I always knew, because my mom told me that people with kids needed their own place. So I knew that I was pregnant. It was time that you was going to have your own place.
Yeah. But in that moment, and I know as, and I know we're about to wrap up soon, but in that moment, that fear, and I think that is common for a lot of teenage moms, you know, the fear of just letting their parents know, first of all, that, hey, I'm about to be a mom. Just that fear of getting over that hump. But what we don't realize, and I can't speak for everyone, but just people that I know that I'm close to, family, what we don't realize is that it's never really what we expect the answer or the outcome to be. You know, moms, your mom, those are fortunate to still, you know, have their mom or that support system or that mother figure. It's never, not all the time, but for the most part, it's never that I'm going to push you away. No, that's a teaching moment for a lot of moms, and a lot of moms, even though they're upset, maybe a little disappointed, but they're still a mom too, you know?
Right. And it's important. And I'm glad you touched on that, because communication is everything.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows me personally all say, I love the relationship you have with your daughters. I tell my daughters, you can tell me anything.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Right.
Now, you have to give me the respect to know that my first response is going to be as your mother.
Right.
Because I'm not your friend, no matter how close we are.
But we're going to walk through this together. I'm going to take you through this. I'm going on this journey with you, because not only is it a test for you, this is a test for me now. Because becoming a grandmother, that's a whole nother transition in life. You know, there's things that you haven't even experienced yet about yourself until your children start to have children. So, but I want to talk to you a little bit more when we get off of this podcast. But for now,
you brought me to tears, y'all.
I know we gonna finish this conversation because we friends now.
Yes, baby, we
are friends now.
And I thank you for this platform that you're doing for moms. Like I said it once, but I really want to say what you're doing is important.
Oh, thank you.
Because we need a support system too,
yes,
girl.
we do. Yes. We do. Tell them one more time how they can reach you, how they can get in contact with you.
So you can find me on all social media platforms at Truckin with D. No G on trucking. And my website is truckinwithd.com, and my email is info@truckinwithd.com. And I just want to encourage you, if you're listening to me right now and you can see me and Tammy or hear me and Tammy, I want to encourage you that no matter what you're going through, somebody has been through it. If you need someone to talk to, you can slide in any one of our DMs. We are here for you. We are going to help you go to the next level. Whether you're a mom or not a mom, we are here for you, male or female. So I thank you for putting me on your platform to be able to speak to people.
Thank you for reaching out. This was give me some love here.
Girl, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So that wraps up this episode of the Boss Mom Huddle podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube, The Boss Mom Huddle. Check out our website, thebossmomhuddle.com, and get on our mailing list. You do not want to miss our newsletters, our blog posts that are coming out. Our merch store will be dropping soon, so make sure y'all tap in with that. We have some amazing events and giveaways that are going to be coming up, so you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss it. Go to the website, make sure you subscribe, get on the mailing list, and most of all, huddle up with us. Until next time. See y'all.
Bye.
Girl, you's a boss mom, making everything worth it. Girl, you's a boss mom, stand on all of your business. And when it comes to investments, and baby girl, you the realest.